What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content. If you like it, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, right now, I'm going to take y'all to the Boogie Down Bronx, yeah, to 167, you heard? To a crew, matter of fact, it's not even a crew. It's a whole area of dudes that niggas came up together and niggas went from growing up together, flipping and all that, to motherfucking house parties, to jams, to to robbing niggas, to bugging out in the hood, shootouts and everything. You heard? And what the area I'm talking about right now is called is 167. You heard? Yeah, 167. From 167 in the concourse all the way down to 167 in Webster. You heard? And niggas had a saying back then when niggas used to be in the party, niggas used to be like this: all the way to heaven, 167, all the way to heaven, 167, all the way to heaven, 167. And when I tell you, when niggas used to chant that joint right there, off the wall in the party. You heard? That was like to let niggas know that they had the party on lock. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas used to be off the wall. You know what I'm saying? I used to live on 167 in Grant. You heard? I come from out of 1212 Grant, 167. You understand what I'm saying? It was only 2 buildings on the block. The rest of the buildings was abandoned or was a vacant lot. Everybody know how the Bronx used to be. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. All the boroughs was like that. Harlem, Brooklyn. I don't know about Queens, but I know Harlem, Brooklyn, and the Bronx was tore up. You know what I'm saying? We had abandoned buildings, abandoned lots, and all that. So on my building, on my block on 167 Grant, it was only 2 buildings, 1212 Grant, and I forgot the other building name. And the other building, it was more abandoned than my building was full capacity. The other building was more abandoned. It had abandoned apartments and all that in it. You heard? We used to play in it and all that. You know what I'm saying? But look, on 6th Ave, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? You had niggas from Clay. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody knew Clay was official. You know what I'm saying? Had a whole bunch of older wild cats. You always had wild dudes on Clay, you know what I'm saying? It's called the 50 Mad Dogs. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, B, 50 Mad Dogs. Niggas had the most meanest crew. Whole bunch of Bronx niggas that used to be bugging. You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to be on the block. Niggas used to be whipping niggas, stripping niggas, because they used to be going to a club called 371. You know, 371. It was a club called 371 on 166 in between Clay and Finley. You heard? No, Clay and Teller. You heard? And basically, yo, when niggas used to go to that club, it's a known little spot. It was like a little lounge, but everybody couldn't go to that lounge because everybody know the 50 Mad Dog niggas used to be there. All the niggas from around 167, Clay, College, Finley, and all that used to be up in there. They used to be terrorizing niggas. If you wasn't from around the way, you didn't know niggas, you was out of place. Guess what? You ain't even make it home that night. You got robbed, stomped out, something. You heard? Everybody know about 371. And the Clay niggas had that shit on lock. You know what I'm saying? But how I got really familiar with 167 was when I came out the group home when I was 12 years old, going on 13. I went to 145, and a lot of them niggas from over there went to 145, and that's where I first was hearing about the 50 Mad Dogs at. You know what I'm saying? That's where I first met my man Deron. You heard? That's where I met Mo Blind. You heard? I met all my niggas from down there at. You know what I'm saying? So boom, even I met a few Webster niggas because my man Ray, God bless the dead, used to go, was in 145 with me and my man Tim. You heard? Salute to my guy Tim. You heard? You know what I'm saying? From the Cycle, you heard? From the web series The Cycle, my guy Tim. You heard? From Web, real cat. You know what I'm saying? Been around from the basketball days. 145 playing on a team because 145 had one of the best junior high school basketball teams in the Bronx. You heard? Niggas was nice. You know what I'm saying? You had Pop, you had Deron, you had, God bless the dead, my man Ray. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was doing them. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So now look, 145. That's where I went to 167 that's where I went to school with a lot of niggas from 167. So that's when I started hanging around 167, going to their parties and all that. And like I tell you, everybody can't go to their parties, man. Everybody can't go to their parties, man. That's word to my mother. Every time it was a party, the parties always got ended, B. My man Mo Blind and them niggas was ending the parties, man. You heard? I remember them niggas was running around the hood, ending the parties, man. Yeah, man. My man Mo Blind and them niggas, Chaos Posse, you heard? My man Bach and them niggas, you heard? Jason and all them niggas, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Even my man Darren was down with them, you heard? I went to 145 with Darren, you heard? You know, matter of fact, he was after me, but I was there with him. We was all in 145, you heard? But yeah, B, it was the joint, you know what I'm saying? Niggas used to be running around busting their gun, you heard? Then you had Chris and them niggas, you heard? Yeah, Chris, you know what I'm saying? Chris Shaw, you heard? He come from out of Brooklyn. I think he moved to the Bronx. He moved to College Ave on 166, you heard? It was lit. The nigga brought all these Brooklyn cats from Brooklyn out here, you heard? He brought some low lifes out here, you know what I'm saying? He brought Ock, Ronald, Tyson, God bless the dead, Polo, you know what I'm saying? And there's mad other niggas that I can't remember their name, you know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna have my man Bach, you know, tell you the story about the low lives from Shy and Chris and Bach and them perspective, you heard? Them niggas was doing it, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas came up to the Bronx, them niggas was running around on they Brooklyn shit, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Official Brooklyn niggas running around in the Bronx, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Not no 1 or 2 deep coming up to the Bronx and all that. These niggas used to come up 6, 7 deep, you know what I'm saying? Terrorizing shit. Not terrorizing the hood, because at the end of the day, they were just coming up here on some chill out shit. But a lot of the gangsters respected these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Tyson, Polo, God bless the dead, Ronald, Ock, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of other dudes, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know their name right now. When I hear their name, I know it, you know what I'm saying? Or I know their face, you know what I'm saying? But this is when I was young, you know what I'm saying? Hanging down 6th Ave, me and my son God, me and my son Schoolie D, you know what I'm saying? We used to go through 6th Ave all the time, you know what I'm saying? Especially me, you know what I'm saying? I stayed down there going to the house parties, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to house parties on 170. We used to go to house parties uptown. We used to go to house parties on the west side. We used to go to house parties everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And then 167 niggas will be there. All the way to heaven, 167. All the way to heaven, 167. And everybody knew 167 had a major drama with 240. You heard? Yeah, 240. 240 is on 174th and Weeks and all that. You know what I'm saying? Up there. You know what I'm saying? By Monroe and all that with 174. You know what I'm saying? You heard? Actually, 175. You know what I'm saying? And I had affiliation with the 240 niggas too, because I went to Tab. So I fucked with all the 240 niggas, Rich, all the official niggas, you know what I'm saying? God bless the dead, my man Otis that just passed away, you know what I'm saying? That nigga was the dancing king, me. Rest in peace to my guy Otis, you heard? From 240, you know what I'm saying? You heard? He was the truth, me. That was my guy. He always been my man, you know what I'm saying? Sorry I couldn't make it to the wake, the funeral. I heard it was off the wall, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people love Otis, you know what I'm saying? From 240. He stayed clear of all that drama, you know what I'm saying? I never knew Otis for being in no drama. I always seen him as being a real dude, man. Happy, energetic, you know what I'm saying? Never promoting no negativity or nothing, B. You know what I'm saying? So salute to and rest in peace to my guy Otis, 240. But he wasn't like the leader of 240, but Otis was like the best, like the good guy. You know what I'm saying? Every hood got a good guy, and that was Otis, you know what I'm saying? Ain't involved in none of the beef or nothing. But everybody know 240 was crazy, you know what I'm saying? 240 was crazy. You had some crazy individuals up there. You heard some crazy individuals. And maybe one day I could get into that story. You know what I'm saying? My 240 days, you heard? Yeah. But everybody knew 240 and 167 had major beef. You know what I'm saying? Started through the parties, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Started through the parties, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, you heard? I used to love going through 167, going to the parties. It was off the wall. It was gangster, nigga. I never even been to jail, but that's like, them house parties used to be the closest thing to prison, nigga. Niggas used to be ending them joints at the end of the day. And if you wasn't somebody, or you niggas ain't know you, or nigga, you know what I'm saying, have no respect for you, it was a rap, nigga. Niggas would gun you down, nigga. Nigga, you get popped that night, nigga. You get robbed that night, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Robbed and popped, you heard? It was crazy, man. The hood was crazy, man. And you know what I'm saying? You had niggas 13, 14 years old running around with guns, bugging, you know what I'm saying? Popping their guns, ending house parties for nothing, you know what I'm saying? taking niggas coats. We used to run around. That's when everybody used to be rocking them. You had the Chaos Posse, Mo Blind and them niggas. All them niggas had Woolridges, you heard? So imagine a bunch of 13, 14, and Eli Brim was down with Mo Blind and them too, you heard? Yeah, Eli Brim, you heard? You know what I'm saying? He was down, it was Eli, Mo Blind, Darren, Bach, Jason, Chuchi, mad niggas, you know what I'm saying? A couple other niggas, you know what I'm saying? But those was all the main niggas, and all of them niggas had Woolridges, you heard? I remember back when niggas ain't even know what a Woolridge was, you heard? Only older niggas knew what a Woolridge was. These young niggas was running around with Woolridges on, you heard? I'm like this, oh shit, and guns on them, you heard? Niggas is only 13, you heard? So these are the niggas that I came up with, you know what I'm saying? When I came out the group home, when I was 12, and I came out the group home, and I first went to 145, and we playing football in the schoolyard. Guess what? Niggas in the schoolyard dropping guns, you heard? We playing football in the schoolyard. A nigga dropped a gun, picked it up, gave it to his man like it was nothing, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And continued playing football. And that's when I realized that I had to change, you heard? Because I just came from a group home, fighting and all that shit. And now, here it is now, I'm playing football with niggas in school, you heard, 7th grade, and niggas is dropping guns, you heard? I'm like, yeah, I had to get on shit quick, you heard? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Then niggas like, yo, that's Mo Blind. Niggas is busting their gun, nigga. I'm like, word? Niggas like, damn, niggas only 13 busting their gun like that? Niggas is known at 13 for busting their gun on 167, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Already. So I was fascinated. I ain't gonna even lie with y'all niggas. I was fascinated with niggas over there on 167 because my hood wasn't like that. There wasn't no 13-year-old niggas in the hood busting their gun, you heard? You know what I'm saying? We was fighting, but we wasn't busting our gun. You know what I'm saying? At that young. You know what I'm saying? My man Colin and them was, but not me. You heard? In my hood. I was like, man, I used to be going over to 6th, hanging over there with them niggas. Like, man, I had to be around the gangster shit. I had to be around the tough shit. I had to be around it, B. Then you had Chris and them niggas, you heard, coming to the Brooklyn Cats, the low life shit, you heard? Showing niggas how to do it. We hearing about them niggas going downtown, getting money bags, hitting pockets, boosting, all that shit. Them niggas was doing everything under the sun, you heard? Nigga Chris, Shy Chris had everything. Nigga had the cars. Nigga was young, you heard? And he was grimy, and he's front. Niggas had all the fronts, you heard? I ain't get my fronts from them. I started rocking fronts through Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? Slick Rick always remembers my favorite rapper. So I always had fronts from a kid. You know what I'm saying? The first front I ever bought was from 42nd Street, from where Rakim and all them niggas used to get their jewelry from. Because when I bought my front from there, he got the picture of Rakim, Bismarck, all them back in the days rapper niggas that bought their jewelry, where they bought their jewelry from. That's where I first bought my gold front. The first gold front I ever bought was from down there on 42nd Street. I paid $125 for it, you heard? For one front. And I lost it the same day. Word to my mother. That was a classic, B. You know what I'm saying? Bought a gold front from 42nd Street, from where all them rappers used to buy their jewelry from, you heard? And I lost it the same day, you heard? My shit fell down. The motherfucking, y'all know the shit for the train, you know, when you walking on the street, and then they got the train thing right there, the train shit down there. My shit fell off and fell down there in the gate. Word to mother, B. So yo, I always had fronts, you know, Chris and them niggas had fronts. All them Brooklyn niggas had fronts, you know what I'm saying? And some of the Bronx niggas had fronts. You had niggas like Raw Dog with fronts. You had Baki with fronts. You had a lot of Bronx official niggas that used to run with Chris and them niggas, or doing their own thing, robbing and all that had fronts, you know? So I came up in the front era, and I still rock fronts, you heard? You know what I'm saying? I still rock them, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, B, 167 was the spot, nigga. You heard? All the gangsters come off the Sab, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my guy Deron, you heard? Shout out to my guy Dasheen from Clay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mo Blind. Shout out Light Skin Wardy, you heard? Rest in peace to my guy Mark, you know what I'm saying? Or for he was living in the building on college on 167, you heard? That was my guy. You know what I'm saying? Mark, you heard? You know what I'm saying? God bless the dead Mark, you know what I'm saying? You heard? Shout out T Money, you heard? You know what I'm saying? T Money, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you heard? He was official nigga from Clay, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Chatty O, you heard? Salute to Chatty O, you know what I'm saying? Free Chatty O locked up. That's my guy Duke Mafia that brought me home, that just passed, that I did the story on. That's his brother, you heard? But Chatty, I always knew Chatty O since a young nigga too. But Chatty O been in the feds for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Niggas snitched on Chatty O. So free Chatty O, you know, he got mad times. I heard he got life in the feds, I think, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And free Chatty O, you heard? Chatty O was down there from Clay, 167, putting it on, you know what I'm saying, until the feds snatched him up, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't seen him ever since, but at the end of the day, man, free to Chatty O, that was my guy, you know what I'm saying? Even before I knew that he was Duke brother, you know what I'm saying? Because I always knew Chatty O from back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in the hood, nigga. Told you I've been going through 167, Clay and all that since I was like 12 years old. You heard? Since 12 years old, B. And I'm in my 40s now. You know what I'm saying? So I've been going up through there when it was rough, rugged, and raw. You know what I'm saying? When you had Eli, Mo Blind, and all of the Chaos Posse running around on the young tip. Then you had the 50 Mad Dog niggas on the old tip. You know what I'm saying? Then you had a sprinkle of just Clay niggas that got busy. Then you had a sprinkle of niggas from Finley that get busy. You know what I'm saying? You heard? Got niggas off of Teller. You heard? You got some Jamaican niggas on Teller. Weed spot on Teller. I used to go to the weed spot 24 hours on Teller. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know nothing about that. That was the first weed spot. When you buy enough bags of weed, them niggas give you a free joint. You heard? But I used to get a free joint every day. Because every weed spot I used to go to, them niggas used to look out for me. You heard? Either give me a short, take a short from me a day, or motherfucking give me an extra bag. Because niggas know I cop, nigga. I smoke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But there was a time when I used to go to Teller, 167, you heard? They cop they chocolate. They used to have the chocolate, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga used to buzz me in. That nigga used to know. Yo, my mind, man. That's my mind right there, man. Yeah, man. How many you want? Get 5 nickels. I'm saying, get 7 nickels. You know what I'm saying? Throw a nigga extra one and all that. You heard? Yeah, nigga. That's how I came up. A young nigga. Getting respect from grown ass motherfucking men out here. You heard? My money was good, nigga. You heard? I'm moving around out this joint. You heard? Yeah, B. So 167 was like the area where I used to have to, you know, I took a lot of game from them niggas, you heard? You know what I'm saying? I took a lot of game from them niggas. Them niggas ain't even know it, you heard? Them niggas was my niggas, and I took a lot of game from them niggas and they ain't even know it, you heard? Just like I got a lot of game, nigga. That's what make me who I am, you heard? Yeah, man. 167, man. I'm gonna get an interview from my man Bach. He gonna go back. He gonna talk about 167 and the days when him and Shy Chris came up. When Shy Chris came from Brooklyn, moved to the Bronx. You heard, and it was lit ever since. You heard. You know what I'm saying? Shy Chris was official. You know what I'm saying? He had the younger brother Indio. You know what I'm saying? Indio, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with Indio. I grew up with Eli. I grew up with Mo Blind. I grew up with Bach and them. You heard? And them niggas was official. You had the Chaos Posse. Then on Clay on 167, you had the 50 Mad Dogs. You know what I'm saying? You had the nightclub, 371, of those small nightclubs that niggas used to terrorize. Niggas used to own that spot. You know what I'm saying? I never used to go down there to that spot because while I'm gonna go down there to that spot, all the girls is tooken. You can't even talk to a girl, man. All them girls is tooken 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? You like you dealing with niggas own the spot. You heard? But they was on it though. They was on it, B. Then you had some niggas from off of Clay that was connected to niggas on Park Avenue, B.O. and them niggas and all. Like, yeah, man. Them niggas was strong down there on 6th Ave, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Different crews and niggas, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna get into everything because I'm gonna let my man Bach tell a story, official story on 6th Ave. I'm just gonna give y'all the rough draft though. But that's the shit. Those are the niggas, and that was the neighborhood that I first had to go through. You know what I'm saying? To really get my gangsta out here. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Cause all the gangster niggas was over there, man. All the gangster niggas was over there, man. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody fuck up my life. I fucked up my own life. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Cause that niggas was on a crash course out here, B. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on a crash course of fucking up their life. You heard? And fucking up somebody else's joint. You heard? So, you know, that's the story of all the way to heaven, 167. All the way to heaven, 167. One day I'll tell y'all about some major beef. Matter of fact, when I get the interview, I'm gonna tell y'all about the major beef between 167 and 240. You heard? You know what I'm saying?